welcome back to my channel. I'm Renee, and today I'll be talking about weeks 1 and 2 of the reading challenge. So week 1 was a book with more than 500 pages. For that week I chose The Girl from Barefoot House by Maureen Lee. This copy is 503 pages. I read it in about 3 days between work and whatever. I read it on the bus. So The Girl from Barefoot House, it is a really good book. It is a YA, which is not really my thing, but I enjoyed it. This challenge is about stepping out of my comfort zone, which I did. Now the story is about a girl, Josie. She grew up in a house, in an attic with her mother, who was a prostitute, and she lost her mother to a bomb in World War II. And after that, she kind of moved about. She went to live with her aunt, and she learned about her mother's past, the abuse that her mother went through, and she had to endure some of that abuse as well. But she found comfort with another family, the Kavanaghs. They were really nice to her. They practically treated her as one of her own, or a potential family member, because one of their sons, Ben, was in love with her. My favorite character was Lily, who is Josie's best friend. Lily is sassy and just uncaring, and she's a free spirit, and everything she says just pisses somebody off, and she doesn't even know when she's doing it. So I think that's one of the reasons why she's so amazing. My least favorite character was Ben, who is the Kavanaugh that loves Josie. He's clingy and needy, and I was wondering why it was called The Girl from Barefoot House when the house that she grew up in was not called the Barefoot House. But as I continued, I realized that she went to work for this old lady who lived at a house called Barefoot House, and that was when her life changed. That was a turning point in her life. That was when she realized that she was really truly alone in the world. She had no other family member who she could depend on. So yeah, if you are into young adult books, it does have some romance, and there are some sad parts. There's a lot of deaths, and it's light reading. It's really good. You should try it. Week 2 was a classic romance, and for week 2 I chose Ivanhoe. It's an old cover. I chose Ivanhoe by Sir Walter Scott. This was so hard to read. It's less pages than The Girl from Barefoot House. This is 407 pages, and I could not get past the 100 pages. It's hard to read. It's in Old English. I haven't finished it. For week 3, it is a book that has become a movie. I just saw the 3rd movie for this book, so I know I had to go with this book. It is The Hobbit by J.R.R. Tolkien, and I started reading the first chapter, and I was like, should I finish reading it or should I watch the movie first? Because I have all 3 movies. Well, I don't have all 3 movies. I have the first 2 movies, and I went to the theater to see the 3rd one. It's like, I'm glad I stopped reading it and actually went and saw the first 2 movies, because for the first part of the movie I was like, that's not what the book says. I enjoyed it a lot more after it got past the parts that I've already read. So yeah, it's about a hobbit who goes on an adventure with dwarves and elves and orcs, and there are a lot of battle scenes. The book has I'm not very far in it, but it has a lot of singing in there, which I don't mind. I quite enjoy it, and yeah, I'll let you know how that goes. A book that was published this year. Now for this challenge, it is still January. I'm going with the books that have been published in the last 12 months, and this one, Body Count by Barbara Nadel, was published in 2014. It is about a mass murderer who is going through a city and just killing people, and nobody knows who he is or how the murders are connected. Interesting. I've never read any of her books before, so this should be interesting. It's a mystery. Thank you for joining me here, and please remember to subscribe and like. We'll leave all my social links below, and probably right here and maybe right here. Later.